Jacksonville Jaguars, the subject of today's 32 teams in 32 days here on The Rich Eisen Show.
It's 32 teams in 32 days. Presented by NFLSundayTicket.tv.
And for over 20 years, DirecTV's been the exclusive home of NFL Sunday Ticket, the only way to get every live game every Sunday. But here's some good news for you NFL fans out there. DirecTV's expanded the service. So if you live in an apartment or you're an enrolled college student, listen up, college kids. Now you can get NFL Sunday Ticket without a satellite. To see if you're eligible, go online to NFLSundayTicket.tv and stream every NFL Sunday Ticket game this season to follow your favorite team, no matter where you live. And as for the Jaguars, that bandwagon's getting full. They may soon ask people to get off for tickets to a future bandwagon. That's how oversold it's getting. Because everybody figures Gus Bradley coming from Seattle and the number of top 5 picks that they have had over and over and over again, because the year that everybody thinks that Jacksonville, it may be the year, hasn't been the year yet. They have amassed a lot of quality young talent. We saw it last year blossom on the offensive side of the ball. And who do they add at running back this year, Chris Law?
They added Chris Ivory this year, obviously, from the Jets. He's probably going to start over T.J. Yeldon, who's battling a little bit of an ankle coming into camp. We mentioned it earlier, all the first-rounders that they have joining this team this year. Jalen Ramsey, their pick. Miles Jack, essentially a first-rounder. Dante Fowler, back from injury. Bjorn Warner, Prince Amukamara, and really no key losses. Stefan Wisniewski on the line, a little bit of a loss. Chris Clemens went to Seattle and then retired yesterday.
He retired yesterday. And Malik Jackson, don't forget him in this mix, too.
Yeah, Malik Jackson brought in from the Denver Broncos.
And we saw what the Hearns and the Allen brothers, Hearns and Robinson, did last year with Blake Bortles with another year under his belt.
And Julius Thomas getting another year with
And he was
Blake
hurt last year, so now you add him to the mix, and Mercedes Lewis was re-signed along with Chad Henne to back up Bortles. Whisper in his ear as a veteran. Denard is still there. Shoelace is there. I mean, now you could see why people are saying this. There's a lot of fantasy players to take a look at right here. Who's your fantasy pick?
Yeah, it's funny. Jacksonville, for kind of being one of those teams at the bottom third of the league, they do have a lot of great fantasy players.
Tons.
And I know, look, it's kind of obvious to say Blake Bortles, but I'm going to say Blake Bortles. Just look at his numbers. He was second in the league in touchdown passes last year.
I think it would be more obvious to say Robinson or Hearns. So you would target out of anybody on Jacksonville in the draft.
I'm looking at Blake Bortles.
When would you take him?
See, he's a guy not a people are going to take high, so you could get your other positions loaded up first, and Blake Bortles is still going to be there 5th, 6th, 7th round, and you're going to get a guy who's going to put up top 5 numbers. 4,400 yards last year was top 7. 35 touchdowns was second in the league. He increased in completions by 75 last year.
But I'm wondering if you would be this keen on a fantasy strategy if you had not had the burger draft last night. I mean, you seem to be really razor sharp when it comes to fantasy drafting here.
I'll tell you what, I am ready to go. The burger draft gets your mind sharp, and it gets you ready for the long haul, especially someone that's in an 8-hour fantasy league.
All right, so what's the Sunday ticket game, the NFL Sunday ticket game that you're targeting for the Jaguars that can't miss?
I think there's a great one in Week 7 against the Raiders, another team that's kind of on the rise. Like people think Jacksonville, but look, Week 1 out of the gate, Jacksonville hosts Green Bay, and if you're going to be a team that people around the league think can contend for a playoff spot, you got to come out, show it Week 1, beat the Packers at home, and everyone around the league is going to take you seriously.
That would grab the lapels.
That would bring back the Aaron Rodgers relax soundbite because everyone would be up in arms.
Oh, great one,
The Packers have lost Week 1.
100%.
No question, guys. That's a big one, Week 1. I mean, if you want to serve notice, holding your ground on your home turf, Green Bay. I like it. And that's 32 teams in 32 days involving the Jacksonville Jaguars. And DirecTV, again, has expanded NFL Sunday Ticket this season. So if you live in an apartment or you're an enrolled college student, now you can get NFL Sunday Ticket without a satellite. Remember, to see if you're eligible, go online to NFLSundayTicket.tv and stream every NFL Sunday Ticket game this season to follow your favorite team no matter where you live.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.